So the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense has described the Russian minefields as an absolute hellscape on a scale that we probably have never seen. The ability of militaries to deploy mines, and this isn't just Russia, this is Ukraine, this is the United States, United Kingdom, NATO in general, the ability of them to deploy these mines has become so efficient that mines are now affecting the battlefield in ways that we haven't seen since World War I. The video you just saw is of an M58 mine clearing line charge, also known as a MICLIC. It's a US piece of equipment. It consists of a 5-inch rocket that propels a 350-foot rope of C4 explosives. When it's detonated, it sets off all the mines surrounding it, and tanks can drive through. The United States started providing these to Ukraine back in September. We have seen some of the ingenuity with Ukrainians using drones to clear mines, as well as using the normal mine clearing apparatus that you attach to tanks, as well as these MICLICs on the front as well. But the chief of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, Valery Zaluzhny, has said that the mine clearing equipment that has been given to them by the West is ineffective in the modern day battlefield. It's noisy, it's easy to strike. The problem is there's no quiet way to clear mines en masse. They're all going to blow up, so it's noisy. And there's no fast way to clear the mines quietly. It requires someone going through and disarming the mines individually. There's just no way to do this quick and quiet, or vice versa. Ukraine has said the MICLIC, which was the video you just saw, is the most effective, but they've only received about 15% of the total allocation. The U.S. has said the Ukrainians will be provided with the promised mine clearing equipment, but the size of the Ukrainian needs are difficult to fill rapidly from a logistics standpoint, especially when their U.S. is trying to fill other needs such as artillery rounds and air defense systems. The Russian defenses are based heavily on mine operations right now. Both sides are using mines to slow the advances because there is no air superiority on either side. The Russian side is finding it more difficult, though, because late last year, Russia started wasting its versions of the MICLIC, the UR-77 meteorite, or meteorit in the Russian. I always mispronounce their things, but they started using them on buildings. I mean, see this video here for an example. Now, until these mines can be adequately dealt with, both sides are going to take more slow and deliberate approaches to advancing. Ukraine continues to make steady advances in Bakhmut, taking an additional 1,800 meters in the last 24 hours, but you can see how slow the movement is in this counteroffensive. It's very deliberate, very slow. There isn't a massive, quick breakthrough because just the defenses are very, very robust. Zaporizhia has shown gains the Ukrainians have gained as little as 300 meters per day in Zaporizhia, but they're gains nonetheless. And the snail's pace is largely due to mines, and so long as the United States and other Western nations can continue to provide MICLICs and other means to clear the mines, the Ukrainians will have somewhat of an advantage, but it won't be an advantage as such to cause a massive breakthrough, massive victories. It's just going to be a slow, slogging pace, similar to that of World War I, where eventually one side runs out of the ability to continue to fight the war. And that's what essentially is happening to Russia, as they are unable to replenish their equipment as fast as Ukraine and the NATO countries and NATO partners, to include South Korea, Japan, that are also supporting Ukraine.